Hey everybody, happy Friday. This is Planted Aquarium MN, just bringing you a real quick video here. Pretty much a follow-up to the video I posted earlier when I did a 3.5-week update on this heavily planted 75-gallon jungle here. In that video I mentioned that I got a new Fluval E300 heater and a Finnex heater controller, and I had a couple people reach out to me and ask me to talk a little bit more about that heater controller and why I picked it up and how that thing works. So I'm going to do that today, just do a little quick review and explain that for you. Why I got it. Well, a few weeks ago I picked up that new Fluval E300. I put it in my tank, let it acclimate to the temperature, I plug it in and I get a blue warning light telling me cold water, and I had a 66-degree temperature reading. I unplugged it, I plugged it back in, I got a red warning light and it told me the temperature was 93 degrees. So I quickly realized I've got a faulty heater here, so that thing came out of my tank immediately and I sent it back to Amazon. They were quick to replace it. But it got me thinking about adding some additional security for my fish and my plants. So I started looking at heater controllers and decided on this Finnex Max-300 heater controller. And how this, what this is this is added peace of mind. It's an insurance policy, and if I have a problem with a bad heater, this is going to cut the power to the heater and it's going to protect my aquarium. How this thing works, you got the heater controller unit here. You've got the power cord down on the bottom side, gets plugged into the wall. And I've got power to the unit, which is indicated by this green light here. Over here by my thumb, there's a little red light that comes on that tells me when the heater controller is engaged. Now, right now, it's reading 78 degrees through the thermometer, or the temperature sensor that's on the end of this thin little cord here. The heater gets plugged into this power cord out the top here, this little plug here off the top of the unit. Power only goes to this when this little red light is on. And this little red light only comes on when the temperature drops below what you have it set at. So right now I've got it set at 78 degrees. Let me raise this to 79 degrees. So now you see that little red light turned on. Because the temperature in the tank is 78, I've got the unit set at 79. It's now sending power to this here, which turned on my heater. So my heater is now on. And what I like about this, it just gives you that second line of security and defense. But in order for me to have any issue or concerns of cooking my fish, both my heater and my heater controller need to both malfunction simultaneously. And the odds of that happening are pretty slim to none. Now, a couple things to note real quick. The heater must be set at a higher temperature than the heater controller. So when the heater controller engages, when the heater controller engages and says that the heater's on, you actually want the heater to start working. If you've got the temperature set at like 74 degrees on the heater and you turn it on thinking you're trying to heat your tank, your heater's not going to start heating because it's set at 74. So it needs to be set at a higher temperature. In my case, I've got the heater set at 80 degrees. I've got this now turned up to 79 degrees. This red light tells me the heater's on, so I know the heater's working. So like I said, if you set the heater at a lower temperature and it's set at a lower temperature and the heater controller engages, it's not going to work. So you got to set the temperature on the heater higher than what you have on the heater controller. Now, a couple of other nice features on this unit. You got the easy to read temperature readout here, 78 degrees. Real easy to see that. You can see it from across the room. The other nice feature about it is you don't have to get your hands wet when you want to change the temperature of the tank. You can lower it, you can raise it. You can do it all right here. It's really accessible, it's easy, it's quick, and it's nice. Now, I'm only familiar with this Finnex Max-300. It's the first heater controller I've ever had, so I can't really speak to any other manufacturers or models or brands, but it is going to be something that I'm going to add to every aquarium I set up moving forward. Again, it's a minimal expense at $35 when you consider how much we put into our aquariums. It's a pretty minimal expense. We're putting hundreds of dollars into our tanks between lights and fish and, CO2 units and plants and all that. What's another $35 to give you that peace of mind knowing that if your heater poops out on you, you've got something else, protecting your investment. So it's going to be something that I do on every aquarium moving forward. But so far it's working out really well. If I have any issues with it, I'm definitely going to, change my opinion quickly and do another review on it. But it seems to be working out real well. It's keeping my temperature in the tank at a constant, and I'm glad I bought it. So if you've ever had any heater problems or you're concerned about it, heater controller is something that you might want to consider in the future for you. So anyways, that's it. I appreciate everybody watching. Have a fantastic weekend. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. We'll catch you guys later.